Hey, what's up guys? In this video, I have two questions for you. And I would just like your thoughts and your opinions on it, or if you've had your own experiences regarding it, I would greatly appreciate it. Before I go on further, just keep in mind that these questions are concerned with rec ball, not speedball. So the rules would kind of be a little bit different if it was on speedball, so keep that in mind. The situations kind of basically fall in the gray area or the fine line between cheating or a gutsy move. It's kind of like the dead man's walk, if you're familiar with that. As far as the setting, this was at the town field in Long Live. We just started playing the game, and my plan in the beginning was to stay back and chill for the first 2 minutes to see how the game was unfolding and decide after that which side to move up on. And on this particular game, I decided to move up on the left side as there were more people on the right side. So I wanted to reinforce my teammates and go on the left side and see what I could do. Now, as I was advancing, I actually passed by my opponent, but he sees me and he shoots as I get to cover. First, he yells paint check. So I basically do what I usually do. I pause and wait for the ref to check. Fortunately, the ref wasn't too far away and he was right there. So I get cleared and I begin to snap shoot again. Shortly thereafter, he calls for another paint check and I go through the whole process again. I stop and wait for the ref to clear me. As soon as I get the word that I'm clean, I take a peek, but he's not there anymore. Before I could get my bearings to see what I was going to do, the guy actually runs on the other side of the shed and bunkers me. So basically, that's the first part of this video. I just need your comments regarding that situation. I know in speedball, people usually just keep shooting as the ref checks. In rec ball, usually when I make the call, I wait as the ref checks the guy. But if the guy keeps shooting before the ref gets there, I shoot at them too. Or as the ref is checking the guy, if I see other people that I can shoot, I would shoot at them. But now if I'm the one getting checked, I usually, for the most part, I pause, I wait to be cleared. I try and show them where I might have gotten hit to make it a little bit easier for the refs to check me. But, I just needed to know some of your thoughts, what you thought about it. If anything, the lesson I got from this experience is it was my fault for not keeping my eyes on the guy during the check. I know it would have been tough because he kept firing at me, but I think if I just kept my eyes on him, it would have prevented this whole thing. So if there was nothing wrong with it, if it was a gutsy move, I think for the most part, I'll just keep watching the guy. But my question to you out there, what do you do when you call for the paint check? Do you pause and wait for the ref to go check the guy and clear the guy? Do you just keep on shooting and play as if he's not shot and wait for the ref to actually end him or call him out? Or do you actually use that as a tactic to distract the guy so you can move somewhere else and get a better position? Part two, if you are the one who gets called for the paint check, do you do like I did? Do you pause and wait for the ref? Or do you just keep playing and shooting until the ref actually calls you out? So basically, that's the first part of my video of my question. Now, the second part, ironically, it was on the same field. This was actually right after I got bunkered. After I got shot out, I was walking towards where we started. And unfortunately, I don't have the video of that because I turned it off after I got called out. And as I was walking back to the end of the field, my buddy Evan, who was still alive, asks to swap guns. He was using a pump at the time, so I gave him my ego. I took his pump, and the first thing that came to mind as I swapped the gun was, oh, good, I could turn on my camera and get like a third-person view of the LV1 in play. So basically, I gave him the gun with paint in it. So he continues play, and he actually shoots out some of the opponents as they were advancing. From what I can gather, we were outnumbered, and the opponents knew it, so they were really advancing. At some point, Evan needed more paint, and I had a pod with me. I was actually in the back corner talking with the ref and some of the guys who were actually out. But I saw him motion that he needed paint. Now, I didn't really walk up to him to give him the pod of paint. I dropped it where I was and waited for him to go pick it up. And he went back to where I was. He refilled the hopper and essentially shoots out the remaining 2 to 3 guys, ending the game and winning the game for us. Now, this is something that has never happened to me before. So that's why I'm putting this video up there, just asking your opinions and thoughts again. I have read, some online posts about swapping guns, but I never really thought much about it. If I saw that on the field, I don't really care if my opponent switches guns with somebody else, even if they were out. Even if their gun was broken, I totally understand that. Or if they were using a rental and somebody was offering them an electro, I'm fine with that. Or if they needed more paint, I can say I'm pretty fine with that. It's actually the dead man talking that I have a problem with. If you get shot out, you shouldn't really be telling your teammates where I am. That's the only problem I have with dead man or people who are shot out. You just don't talk. But I don't have any problems with you swapping guns or whatnot. Now, like I said before, it's never happened to me. So I just wanted to know if it ever came up again, what your thoughts on it are, your opinions, and I would really appreciate it. If you consider it cheating, situation 1 where you call for the paint check and move somewhere else, or if it's cheating that you're giving your gun or your paint to somebody even though you're already out. Or is it the same thing as like dead man talking or walking, or not talking, but walking? So, I would appreciate if you just took the time to give me your comments or opinions on the matter, and we'll see if we can get a discussion started. Thanks.